All right, guys. A little bit of a technical issue there. Um, I don't know what it is. I hit the button once, I hit the button twice, and still didn't go live. So, of course, I wound up doing the show again to you guys without the cameras and the mic running. So I think that's what my text message was. I'm like, oh, who's texting me now? Yep. So now we're on. It's live. We're good to go. So good evening, Facebook and YouTube land. I guess I'll start over. Happy Friday the 13th to you. Welcome back to the show. As always, glad to see you guys joining us. Yes, we're here now. Thank you. I should just start the show at 5 after for now. Either way, we're here and we're rocking through it. Now, I just did like 3/4 of the show. 3/4 of the beginning of the show. And I'm sitting here looking at Myron like, God, I got to get him in here soon. But Myron's on deck. He's waiting to come in. He looks like he's anxious and ready to go. So we'll, yeah, there he is. I see you laughing now. I can see you. See, son, I can see you. So anyways, a lot was going on this week. A lot still going on this weekend, actually. Of course, we had Veterans Day. Thank you to all that served. That is definitely a day that you guys are number one. Not that you're not number one every day, but hopefully you guys sent out some big thank yous to the veterans that you know, or even the ones that you don't know. Stamos print still available. Stamus, damn it, Stamus print still available, guys. One more week. I'll give you another close up of that if I can get the glare off of it. There we go. Close enough. So that's the one that we're going to be giving away in 1 week. If you guys are interested in winning that print, all you have to do is comment on the post that is on the That Fuzzin' 518 Shows page on Facebook, and that will automatically get you in. I've also thrown some people in there that didn't really follow the rules. They were supposed to like the post, share the post, and then comment metal or put the horns up. But I've been including you guys too, because you guys did it on like other pages and stuff like that. We'll let it slide this time. But now after this one, we have another one after that, and then 2 more after that. So we're going to be giving these away. Maybe we'll have a little contest or something. Who knows what we're going to do. But the next one is pretty cool also. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But this one's going in a week. We're going to put the names on the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. Whoever the wheel lands on, that's who's going to get it. So that is also courtesy of Left Hand Creation 666.com. Our friend Jim Wertman, friend of the show, friend of mine personally. Really good guy. Check out his work on his website there. That's, again, lefthandcreation666.com. Also, you can check out his Facebook page. He has a ton of photos on there. If you guys are interested in getting prints of those, just shoot him a message. Very personable guy. Let him know what you're interested in, and you guys can work out your deal. There will be, if you guys caught the Chrome Telethon, I know I got it written down somewhere. I'm like ass backwards. It's Friday the 13th for sure, because my shit's everywhere. So Sunday, November 22nd at 2 p.m. On the Crow page, there's going to be like a telethon after party, like a telethon part 2. Now, we're going to be playing stuff that you may have missed. There's some bonus stuff thrown in there and possibly a few more surprises. So check it out. It's going to be Sunday, November 22nd, 2 p.m. It will be me and Mr. Rich Sorensen. And we'll be doing like a little after party show and just throwing stuff out there. Hopefully you guys catch stuff that you either missed or some bonus stuff or whatever, but make sure you check it out. The donation line is still open for the PayPal. The phone number, I believe, is not active, but the PayPal is still up and active. It's paypal.me/Chrome1313. That's paypal.me/Chrome. The number's 1313. I got my YouTube URL, guys. Finally, we made it for 30 days. The YouTube is now youtube.com/thatfuzzing518 show. So it makes it easier than numbers and letters and all that other crap on there. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. I'm also taking page donations for this and the YouTube page. The donations for that is at, and I'll tell you why in a second. That one's paypal.me/ oh Jesus, I don't even remember what the hell it is. That's not good. I'll figure it out, guys, and I'll let you know. Oh, you guys can also go to That Fuzzin' 518 Show and hit the shop now button. that should bring you right to the PayPal as well. I have like 4 PayPals, guys. I don't want to give you the wrong one, so I think I know what it is, but I will put it up on the page so you guys know. Also, we celebrated a friend of mine's birthday. I'm sorry that I forgot earlier, but I'm not forgetting now. So, folks, in the chat, wish Robin a happy birthday for me, if you would please. Throw some love out there. Hearts, stars, thumbs up. Don't be rude. Thumbs up if you can. Just throw something in the chat for Robin. Tell her hi. And happy birthday. Also, giving a shout out to somebody that's close to me. Ron, get well soon, buddy. So that being said, we will get to plugs, and I'm going to do all the plugs at the end of the show. All right. But I usually start out with, I'll start out with Nippertown this time. Nippertown.com. Nippertown on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find them at Nippertown. Gotta throw them out there. Jim and the boys do a lot of work. Jim and the boys and girls, I'm sorry. Do a lot of hard work over there. Everything 518, guys. Music, restaurants, everything. Hi, how are you? Hey, good to see you. Music, it's got local stuff. Everything you guys want, 518. That's where you're going to find it. Nippertown.com. Also on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter at Nippertown. And we'll do one more plug, I guess, only because we have to. And there he is. Hi, buddy.
What's up?
Oh, not too much, man. Just, talking to a couple of people on a show here. So I'm going to try it. If I get it wrong, you can yell if you want to. Right? So usually the first plug we start out with is this gentleman right here. Now, guys, this is my artist extraordinaire. This is my super talented guy that I throw love at every week, Myron Lauzon.
You're close.
What do you mean? Say it for me.
Lauzon.
Lauzon. Good. All right.
You were close this time.
I should go back to Lauzon or whatever I was saying before. I don't even know what I was saying before. That's the worst part about it. I kept getting it wrong.
Every time. It's different every time.
So Lauzon?
Lauzon.
So like low.
Yep.
On.
Yep.
So if I think of low and then like Benita's on.
There you go.
That, newscaster, right?
Go with it.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to, all right. MyronLauzon.com. Obviously, guys, custom artwork, reasonably priced and super fast turnaround. And look at him. Hell of a guy, super handsome. Ladies. He does a lot of comic books. You had Blood Red, Tales of the In-Between, the Pearl of Wisdom. The newest books out are 009 The Sniper and the Vixen of Vengeance book, correct?
And 13.
And 13. Now, 13 is not available, though.
I didn't make it available for the public. That was a Chrome special edition book.
Okay.
I have one for you.
You do?
I have one for you.
Oh, dude, you are the best. You know what's funny? I'm like, I'm never going to get a chance to see this. I peeked, dude. I did. I peeked at it when they were at Chrome. I'm like, I got to see this. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, my God. It was awesome. So, no, dude, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. That's amazing. That's awesome. So your contact info, it's you guys can contact you at MyronLauzon.com. I'm getting it now, buddy. Getting it now. That's right there. Lauzon. Oh, that's a good one too. Lauzon. Or we could do it like the hardware store Lauzon.
Whatever gets you through the night, buddy.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know why I can't get that right. You even told me, I think we were at Lola's house doing the interview, and you even told me right before it, you're just like Lauzon. I'm like, okay, Lauzon, got it. And then I was like, MyronLauzon.com.
You know what? As long as you can spell it, that's all that matters.
Dude, that's what I do. That's why I spell it every week for sure. So your stuff is available on MyronLauzon.com. I almost said Lauzon again. MyronLauzon.com. And Facebook and Insta also?
You can find my artwork as far as the images on Instagram. It's psychofire_productions on Instagram. If you're looking for me on Facebook, my cat's deciding he wants to be in the picture too. So,
what's up, buddy?
Mephisto. He's a devil.
That's awesome. I like it. You told me they were going to guest star. That's a good thing.
He's been antsy to get up in the picture since we started.
He's welcome to hang out too.
You can find my artwork on Facebook on Psycho Fire Productions, The Art of Myron Lauzon.
And that's FYRE, correct?
Yeah, FYRE. Yep.
Okay. Just so people don't get it wrong. So okay, now we got your plug out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about you, my friend, if you don't mind. Well, first of all, let me ask you this. I set out a couple weeks ago. I told my chat, I said, hey, I want to see what a fucking zombie bison looks like. So I sent a message to Myron. I said, hey, is there any way you can draw me a zombie bison? And he told me, he says, it's going to have to wait because I guess your shoulder was hurt, which I hope it's better now.
Yeah, I'm still struggling a little bit, but I'm forcing myself through it. So
good. So sure enough, guys, chat, I'm telling you, it was like the next day or the day after. Guess what I had a picture of in my messenger? A fucking zombie bison. Can't beat it, dude. It's awesome. So yeah, it was cool, chat. Did you have that by chance?
I do. Let me tell you if you can. Tell me if you can see it.
A little closer. See that, chat? Look at that, chat. Zombie bison, my friends. See, the man is good. I told you the man's good. The man is good. So if you guys have anything you guys want artwork-wise, custom artwork-wise, you guys need something drawn up, that's the guy to go to. MyronLauzon.com. You can go to see him on Facebook. Also, check out Psycho Fire, F-Y-R-E, spelled Psycho F-Y-R-E Productions on Facebook and Insta. All right. Now that the business ends out of the way, let's talk about you, my friend.
What do you want
well, what I want to know and what I'm going to ask you are two different things, buddy.
We can play the game all night.
Oh, I know. It'll be pretty bad, too. Now, not only are you an artist drawing-wise,
yep,
you are also an artist music-wise.
I'd like to think so.
Well, tell us a little bit about that, man. Tell us a little about your music.
Well, I kind of owe my starts in all of this to Mike Valenti, who most of you guys know from. I met him first back in 1988. We went to college together. We went to art school together, and he was back then. He was in the thrash band Attica, and that's when I first met Mike. And I got exposed to the greater Albany music scene because I didn't grow up around here. I grew up about an hour away, and I started doing road crew work for Attica, back at Saratoga Winters, and we did some road trips to CBGBs and out to the Lost Horizon in Syracuse, and I got my first stitches at an Attica show in the pit, so that's how my involvement with the music piece started. And then I got into my first band of my own, which was a cover band with a couple of original tunes back in 1990, 91. It was called Riot Act. Mm-hmm. And we played Winters a few times and had some good gigs there. And then as things, life gets involved and you go your separate ways. And I quit music for a little bit. And then in the early 2000s, I got back with some guys from that band Riot Act, and we put together, kind of a half and half original / cover band called Psycho Magnet. Mm-hmm. Because we all always got attracted to these crazy psycho girls. So that's the reason it was called Psycho Magnet. And, stories I could tell you around that, but we won't get into that tonight. But
I'm sure they're out there, my friend.
And we did that for about 8 years till about 2007.
Oh, wow.
We had some great shows. We played one of my favorite gigs playing. We played at Winters right up until the doors were closed with that band. But we got hired to do some private gigs. Like we played a frat house at RPI, and they paid us $600 and all the booze we could drink for 4 hours.
Jesus.
I don't even remember half of it, but they said it was good.
I'll bet you don't. Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
And then that band kind of went its way. I paused for a minute, and then I was the singer in those bands, so I had always been the singer in the bands, and mm-hmm. So I shifted gears a little bit. And around 2009, I started a band called Twist of Fate, and I was the lead guitar player in that band. And I taught myself guitar late in life. I was probably 26, 27 years old when I learned how to play guitar, and I just hammered on it. Well, and we had a female lead vocal in that band. and we played some really cool shows there and had some fun. We played Savannah's and with a one of their kind of open mic night exposure band type things. And, that went for a couple of years, and then I left that, and I ended up joining a cover band called the J3 Experience, and really good dudes. I worked with the one guy that was the drummer. I was a singer in that band. We played the Union Inn in Schenectady. We did some smaller shows around town, and the guitar player Chuck Brott just passed away this past year. Rest in peace, brother. Really good guys.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of that this year, so it's kind of been a tough year for everybody, I think.
2020's been a motherfucker, dude. I'm telling you.
Crazy. So, and I did that for a little bit, and then it was time to start doing some original music again. The covers are great, and we have a good time, and you can make a little cash. But I always liked writing my own stuff, and but in the interim, in between the original music, I also played drums in Skull Bandit with
shit. That's right.
With Jay Cooper and Bruce Batchelor and.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Hold that thought, and then continue as soon as I finish saying this, dude. And I owe you an apology.
Oh, you're good.
I owe you an apology. I look like shit tonight. I didn't dress up for you, and I apologize for that. So, 1 second, buddy. Backwards. Lime green tie. I'll dress right up for you, my friend.
That's awesome.
Now we're talking. Okay.
Spiffy.
So I apologize.
No, you're good.
Now that I look good for you.
So I did two tours of duty in Skull Bandit, filling it for some time, and had a really great time jamming with those guys playing drums. And so I kind of moved myself around a little bit, but then it was back to the vocals. My current band is called Grace Under Fire. We've been together for just over 3 years now. All originals. We throw a cover in here or there for fun, but we did a 15-song album 2 summers ago that's out on all the streaming services, Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. And really proud of that project. It was kind of all over the place. It was some pop rock, some metal-ish hard rock, some almost country stuff. We had one of our tunes we did at a live show with Madison Vandenberg, who you guys remember was
American Idol
celebrities. She came up and did a tune with us when we did our release party, and that was right before she had her big break. So it was cool, and Madison's a friend of the band, and we appreciate having her around, so and in between all of that, if anybody are Colony folks or grew up in Colony, then you're familiar with the Lisha Kill Jam Fests that have gone on, here and there. They used to be every year, and then things kind of slowed up a bit. Trying to get everybody together got a little challenging, but I'm one of the singers in the Lisha Killers too, with a couple other folks, and we do a lot of the late 70s, early 80s covers like Rainbow, and I get to do all the Dio stuff there. And I had a Dio tribute called Evil or Divine that we played some great shows. We actually opened for Anvil down at Bogey's back in 2014, I think it was. And I was just out with my drummer for lunch today, and we were talking about that show because he was the drummer in that band too. And so to me, like, the music's always in my blood, and I walk away here and there for a little bit, but I always kind of come back to it. But there's such a plethora of awesome musicians in this area that are so talented and so underrated compared to some of the other places you go. And, that's why, things like doing what we're doing for Chrome and trying to keep Chrome propped up, that's an amazing venue to play at. I've had the benefit of playing there in a one-off band that ended up being a two-off band called Steel Serpent, and we did covers from the movie Rockstar.
That's awesome.
Which is so freaking fun, man. And then we did
cool.
Dio in there and some other stuff for fun, and we did some Wasp, which nobody plays. And Darla, she makes my heart sing every time she says it. She goes, "That's the one band I miss, and I want to hear play again." And it was never meant to be a band. It was just hey, we did it for a benefit for the veterans,
Yeah.
So I'm really,
dude, I tell you, I wish I could help them all the clubs. Yeah. I wish I could help them all. I really do. It's a fucking shame. Good evening, Jess. And what's the name of what, Dan? Dan's asking what's the name again. Oh, he'll figure it out. We're on a delay anyway, so it takes about 30 seconds to get to him, 15 seconds, something like that. So
so that's my music career in a nutshell in the greater capital region. It's spanned, since 1990, I guess, basically.
So now, are you guys are still together? No.
We just started rehearsing again because of the COVID nonsense that's been going on, and
Okay.
we have a new bass player. So my lineup in the Grace Under Fire band is myself on lead vocal, Chuck Reineman, who's a well-known local musician and played in a ton of bands, is the lead guitar player, and the guy just writes great riffs, and we work well together. And we have a new bass player. The bass player we recorded the album with was Mike Lisi. He moved on to some other projects, still a friend of the band and whatnot. Great musician, great vocalist. We replaced him with Joe Pallone, who everybody knows Joe. Joe has played, of course, local bands. And Joe is that guy that he's such a nice guy, and he fits into the project because he does whatever he needs to do to take care of business.
Joe's good.
And then I'm gonna, because I know he's watching, I'm gonna put this out there. So Mike Normandin is my drummer, and Mike and I have played in a few projects together. He was in my Dio tribute. There's a lot of great drummers in this region, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go out on record as saying Mike Normandin is the best drums and percussionist in the Capital Region by far, and probably the person that you don't know enough about. This guy he's an all-around musician. He plays keyboards, plays guitar, plays drums. He sings the backup vocals, and he's just incredibly gifted. He listened to a piece and go, let's change the arrangement, let's change the structure, or can we do this a different way, or whatever. He's super creative. He's super talented. He's a student of Neil Peart and Vinny Appice, and he's such a good dude, and he's a good guy. He's a great musician and a great guy. So I gushed a little bit on Mike, but he deserves that. And, people need to know who he is.
Oh, look at this private message from Mike Normandin. Myron, your check is in the mail. Excellent. I'm kidding, of course.
So I'm very fortunate to play with some super gifted musicians that have been playing in this area for, probably close to 40 years now.
Hey, you guys do original stuff too, right?
It's basically all original.
Outstanding.
We haven't, like I said, if you look us up on YouTube under Grace Under Fire Rocks, you can find our playlist. We've got live videos on there. We played the Egg a couple of years ago, which was an outstanding venue to play. It's just amazing. We've done a lot of local shows, and really proud of the original music that came out of that project, and we were just talking about it. We're ready to get back to business. We had to kind of kick the dirt off rehearsal 2 weeks ago, and we're going to be writing some new material. We're going to go a little heavier, we think, this time.
Excellent. That was my next question. So the songwriting process for you guys, what does that entail? And by the way, Dan is putting up links to your music in the chat.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Dan.
So yeah, Dan's a good dude. Dan's like my technical producer that is like in Waterville right now. He's helped me out. So the songwriting process. Now, when you guys write your songs, does it start as a riff? Does it start as lyrics? Take me through that process. How does that work?
So I'm constantly snowballing and putting in the bank lyrics. I write all the time and just file them away. And it's almost, we were talking about this today, the chemistry in this band. We're all pretty strong personalities, so it can get a little bumpy sometimes just because we are those personalities. But I think that's what makes great music is that strong personality. And we'll go down and, Chuck will start playing something and it's intuitive. Everybody kind of knows what they're going to do. And I'll flip through and find through my lyrics and say, okay, this is something I think works with it. And I find that melody line, and it's almost like we already wrote the song. And like we've written a lot of our tunes within 10 or 15 minutes, the basic structure, and you can tell when it's successful because it comes together just like that.
Excellent. You've answered like 4 of the questions for you guys.
Sorry, I didn't get ahead of script.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. So, how did you guys come up with the name for the band?
It was a kind of we had a whole list of things, and we sat down and kind of did it democratically. We read through the list of names, and our original name of the band was The Age of Reason. And we went with that right up until just before we released the album, when we found out there was another band out there that had a lot of YouTube stuff going on and things of that nature that were using the same name. And we didn't want to create any kind of confusion or have our fans find the wrong stuff. So we switched the name to Grace Under Fire, which was one of our songs.
Mm-hmm.
And actually a song that I had written about a friend of mine who was going through some tough stuff at home. And, she doesn't live in the area any longer, but her name was Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of her story about what was going on in her life at that point in time. And everybody just kind of said, if we're going to switch the name, let's go with something that's already ours, which is one of the song titles. So then we ended up calling the album The Age of Reason to pay homage to the rest of it.
Oh. Dude, that's awesome. That's cool. What about musical influences? You like growing up, like you.
I'm going to make you laugh.
Go ahead.
Laugh. So I've always been, loved music and wanted to be involved, but I was that shy kid, and the geeky kid in school. I got picked on all the time, so I kept my shit to myself. But the person that inspired me to want to be a musician is Rick Springfield. And when I was in 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever, Jesse's Girl came out, and I'm like, you got this hit song, you're on television, you're an actor, you got all the hot girls. That's the dude I want to be. I want to be that guy that goes out and plays rock music and gets chicks. So, and it's funny because I tell people that and they look at me like, really?
Dude, I'm not laughing at you, Dan. Dan said Toto.
You know what? That era, there was so much eclectic music out there that inspirations for a lot of us came from areas that you would never expect.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Rick Springfield was like the biggest thing back in the day. So he took what the hell song was that? That song that Sammy Hagar wrote. It's what the hell one was it? Was it that I've done everything for you, you've done nothing for me?
Yeah.
So Sammy Hagar wrote that.
Yep.
It wasn't a big deal with Sammy. So he gave it to Springfield. Springfield did it, fucking number one.
And he did a cover of that song, Black is Black, too. And that was another good one for me on there. Yep. Like the Jesse's Girl isn't even the best song. It's a great tune, but there's so many other cool tunes on those first couple of albums that he did. So funny story about Rick Springfield, too. So as an inspiration, you think, well, geez, I would have seen him. I never got to see the guy. And then 2 years ago, he played down at Rivers Casino. And my boss bought me a ticket to go to the show. It was $100 ticket. She bought me a ticket to go to that show. And I was, probably 20 or 30 rows back from the stage, but it's a small room. So, and the dude, I'm going to tell you what, for a 70-year-old man, he still rocks and sounded great. But the fanboy moment. So he's got a wireless, right? And he's singing. The chairs are all fold-up chairs. He comes walking down the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Stops, and he's coming down my row of chairs. I'm like, no fucking way, So he gets to me. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna get like to shake his hand or something. He gets to me and fucking falls off the chairs, and I caught him and picked him back up. So like, I probably saved him from breaking a hip or something.
I'm sure
at that point, but I'm like, how cool was that? That was just the moment. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Dude, that's a cool I love it. That's a cool ass story, man. I love it. So every time I hear you sing, I just hear Dio in your voice, dude.
That's my
I was expecting you to say that first, honestly.
I gotta say that I came to the harder rock and metal much later in life than probably most people did, because my parents were country people. So I grew up with Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty and George Jones and all that.
Dude, and there's nothing wrong with that, believe me.
Back then I didn't love it. I pretty much detested it because I got force-fed it all the time.
Yeah, true.
Back now, I'm like Kenny Rogers. I love Kenny Rogers. Great dude, great melody, but when my cousin, we were like 15, 16 years old, and we were working together one summer, and he played me Over the Mountain by Ozzy. And I'm like, what?
Sold. Sold right away.
Once I got there, and then, and Ozzy's great, but Ozzy, to me, he's not a great vocalist. He's a great frontman, and he chants. It's good. I don't love it. Dio has that fucking powerful operatic voice, and for a little dude, the power that comes out of him was just scary. And the first couple of tunes that I heard from him, I'm like, yeah, that I want to be that.
Yeah.
And back when I first started doing some of that, nobody else was doing Dio. Everybody was afraid of it. They didn't want to try it. And I'm like, fuck that, let's play it. And that's the one thing I love about playing with the Elisha Killers when we get together. And we only rehearse one night and then we play the gig the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys all played together back, 40 years ago. But when you don't play together for a year or two, and then you kick the dust off and we have fun, we have a good night. But like, I get to do Stand Up and Shout. We do Kill the King by Rainbow. It's fun stuff. And Ronnie James Dio to me was just such an inspiration because he was a down to earth guy. He never got too big for himself in terms of his ego. And a cool story, so I've met the band Hailstorm and hung out with them a couple times and chatted with them, and they're really, really great people. And they're another one that, they just never got too big for themselves. But their parents raised them. Now they're probably in their 30s now, early 30s, Lizzie Hale and those guys. And their parents raised them on Dio and Sabbath and all that stuff.
Sure.
And I had a conversation with Lizzie the first or second time I think that met her out at the Palladium in Worcester, outside by the bus, and we were chatting, and she saw my Dio tat, and we were talking, and she got to meet Ronnie right before he passed away because they got a chance to open for Heaven and Hell on that last tour.
Oh, that's great.
And she told me the story. She's like, so we're done with the show and we're on our bus and we see Ronnie outside and he's signing for the fans and he's out there for hours. She's like, signing for the fans. So he came over and he knocked on the bus and he came over to say goodnight, and she's like, I'm all fan struck because I grew up listening to his stuff. And she's like, can I ask you a question? And he said, yeah, what do you want to know? And she's like, why did you stay out there for so long signing with those fans? And he's like, I'm going to give you something that's going to help you for the rest of your career. He's like, you probably won't remember their names. You might remember their faces, but they're going to remember this moment the rest of their life.
Oh, wow.
Make every moment as special for them as you possibly can. And the coolest thing for me,
wow,
in Revolver magazine, I think it was a year or two later, she told that same fucking story and it's in print.
Yeah.
And that Ronnie just brings people together. It was, actually another Hailstorm story. They played at the in Clifton Park at Northern Lights.
Yes.
And they were doing a cover of one of Ronnie's tunes. And I had my arm over the railing and I'm right on the front rail and I hung my tattoo over and she pointed at me and dedicated the song to me.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
Hell yeah, man.
So, Ronnie inspired me, and it was a blow to lose him because he died. So, I mean, he was older, but he was still young in terms of life, and to lose that talent and he was even sick and still singing right up to the end, How can you not love that?
Oh, the dude was awesome for sure.
Unreal.
So that's your musical end of it.
Yep.
Now your other talent is drawing shitty podcast guys standing on top of a pile of naked women with their thongs in his hand, which happens to be, however, right underneath the neck of that guitar right there. I have that one up on Workman's wall for sure. And there's another one, the Looney Tunes ones are over there.
Yep. And
I have Punisher. Fuzz 2.1 is here. Dude, your stuff is everywhere. And I don't think you even know how much I appreciate you, not only for your amazing talent drawing wise, but for you just being you and being a friend, dude. I appreciate you, bro.
Likewise.
More than you know.
Likewise.
Yeah, dude, I'm honored to know you, honestly.
And who brought us together was Henry and Sean.
True story. Absolutely true story. So tell me a little bit about this stuff that you do. Some of it is on the beautiful end. Some of it is on the obscure end.
Yep.
But all of it is super, super great artwork. What got you into like artwork and drawing stuff? And did you know, like, right away, did you just draw something and be like, oh, I can do this? Or were you always critical of yourself? Like,
yeah, I think as an artist, you're always critical of yourself, almost to a point of it being a character flaw at times. And, but that's what pushes you to be your best, in music or artwork. If you accept that you're really good right now, then you're probably not going to be the best you can be. You always kind of push that envelope. But I started drawing seriously, more or less, when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And, I used to I taught myself how to draw by tracing Disney characters, and Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or whatever it was. And I found out early on when I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old that I could sell those things for $0.25 on the bus. So I started making a little cash early in the game.
Dude, you know what's funny? It's funny that you say that because I used to get like Circus and Hit Parader, and I used to cut out the pictures, and I was hanging in my room and stuff. But eventually, my room was just full of pictures and shit. So I would bring those cut out pictures to school, and people always wanted to put them in their locker and stuff. So they pay like $0.25, sometimes 50 cents for them. Dude, I was making money hand over fist.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And for me growing up, my family didn't have a lot of money. My dad worked 3 jobs to keep us, in all the things that kids need to have. And I have more gratitude for that now than I, obviously did back then, not really realizing the impact of that stuff. So, money, when you made a little money, you appreciated it, even if it was $0.25 today or 50 cents tomorrow,
Yeah.
But so I started off with that kind of stuff. And then I was probably 8 years old, and we were at a shopping trip to the grocery store, and my dad let me buy this 3-pack of comic books. And, the first comic I ever read, I remember one of the other books. I don't remember what the third one was, but it was Fantastic Four number 186. And I remember the cover. I bought it. I actually own a few copies of it now because it has that much nostalgia for me. But it was this colorful, and I had never read comic books. So, this colorful, action-packed adventure of this family of 4 that had superpowers. And, I'm like, I want to do that. And so, every piece of paper I could find, I was drawing stuff on. I'd get paper for school and get yelled at because I'd draw it all of it.
Yeah, right.
So that really, and it was one of those things where that just kept inspiring me. And I drew and I drew and I drew and I drew. And I did a lot of it in high school. I went to art school. Like I said, I went to JCA, which is now Sage Albany. I have a degree in graphic design, and I love that. But, a day gig that pays the bills took over, and I kind of let it all slide for quite a while. And then, in the mid to late 2000s, I got back into comics a little bit, and a lot of it probably. And I did a correspondence course with the Joe Kubert School, which is in New York City. Joe Kubert was a Marvel and DC artist, back in the early days. And the coolest thing for me was that he personally would put a cover sheet on my artwork and send me critique back on it. And I knew it was him because I recognized the hand. And so I did a correspondence course and got a degree through that. And he passed away just recently, so I really treasure that stuff. And he gave me some really great positive feedback on some drawings that I was pretty critical of myself. So then I started saying, well, now I want to do some things of my own. So I did a couple of small giveaways at the Albany Comic Con when that started coming back and being around. But they were kind of just photocopy type things and stuff like that. And I just kept saying to myself, I want to do a book. I need to do a book. Marvel and DC aren't knocking on my door looking to hire me. So in 2017, I knuckled down. I took a week when I was on vacation, and I finished my first book, which was The Tilt #1. And I'm super proud of that because it was a huge effort. And I do everything by hand. I don't do digital artwork. So the only thing I do digitally is the lettering. Much easier. But that was groundbreaking for me. And I sold out my first 2 printings of that book right away because people supported me immediately. And I was really proud of that story that had lived in my folders and backlog for 20 years. That story had been culminating. I tried and started and threw it away, tried and started and threw it away. So to finally get over the mountain and get that one done, then it just opened up the floodgates and all the ideas started to roll in. And now I basically have a whole universe, so it's pretty cool. And, even if I'm not working for the big companies, the satisfaction of completing 13 books in the last 3 years I'm pretty proud of.
Dude, I love your books, man. I'll be honest with you. I do. And I'm not just blowing smoke. I've read probably, what the hell? I think Blood Red I've read the most. I keep reading it over and over again.
And that's the thread that ties all the other universe books together.
Yeah, well, it figures. It's very well crafted. Do you collect other comic books yourself? Foolish question, I'm sure.
It's funny because I've been collecting comics, like I said, since I was 7 or 8 years old. And I have long boxes and long boxes and long boxes. And I've sold off many over the years when I needed cash, but I still I spend probably about $200 a month. I buy them online so I get a reasonable price. I get all my books in a box once a month. But I collect all the X-Men stuff. I do the Justice League stuff. I'm a huge Hellboy fan. So anything related to Hellboy, I'm all over, and I look for new stuff too. I try to do a lot of the independents now because those, comic book industry, it's fading. The digital is really taking over, and that's sad for me because
that sucks.
Having a book in your hand is a tactile experience. So you smell the book, you flip the pages, reading digitally, I don't like it.
It's the same things when they got rid of albums.
Yeah.
And the cover art and all that stuff. It's, digital. So let me ask you this while I got you on this. First of all, Marvel or DC?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm going to hold you to it then.
So early on, definitely Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Later in life, DC shifted me a little further that way because the quality of the writing and the artwork was much better.
So if you had to pick now?
If I had to pick now.
Yep. Overall, can only pick one.
Dark Horse.
Is that an independent?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's the third one, more or less. That's the Hellboy publisher.
Okay.
There's other cool books there. It's sad. Like just this week, I'm friends with a lot of people on Facebook that are creators for both Marvel and DC, and Warner Brothers just laid off another 1,000 people this week.
Jesus Christ.
And so it's scary for the industry right now that kids aren't exposed to the books themselves, so that really hurts the operation. I just went down. There's a new comic book store that opened in Scotia right on Mohawk Ave. And I stopped down there today to meet the guy and gave him a business card. And I'm like, if I can help you out, let me know. Cause we need more of that stuff back in the community. Get something that's, like for me as a kid growing up, I read comics like anyone I could put my hands on. I was reading at a 12th grade level in the 5th grade.
Wow. Because
I sucked all that stuff up and it taught me a lot of vocabulary I wouldn't have been exposed to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Dark Horse it is then. I'll let. So, do you know a guy named Joe Sinnott? I hope I'm saying that right.
Joe Sinnott. Yep. He
Sinnott
passed away this year.
Is that the guy you were just talking about?
No.
Okay.
Just passed.
So, yeah, he did just pass away. So I have this. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare, but
okay, it's
signed by him.
So I have a Joe Sinnott story too.
Okay. Well, let me get this out first before you do that. So this is autographed by him.
Yep.
I've had it for a little while. The book obviously is not in good shape. I'm not a comic keeper. It is bagged and boarded though.
Yep.
And the next time I see you, I want you to have this.
Oh, thanks.
I want to give this to you. All right.
I would love it. So, if I don't know if you remember or ever went to, but we used to have FanaCon here in Albany, and it was
yes.
Comics put it on. It was at Egg, and it was all the major creators would come. I went when I was 18 years old. I remember going very clearly, and I bought a couple of prints from Joe Sinnott, some X-Men stuff and whatnot. Met a couple other creators, got some stuff that day, but I still have them. That he signed and personalized to me. So fast forward to 2007 or 8, probably. Mm-hmm. And he was doing all the Albany cons right up till he died. He was still coming out and signing and doing prints and everything, and his family would come with him because he was in his 80s. And my son got prints signed by Joe Sinnott. And he was like 6, 7 years old, and he got Spider-Man, and he signed it to him Peter because his name's Peter, and it's Peter Parker. So it was just such a cool moment for me to have that come full circle, where my son was able to get an autograph from someone who was a creator that I appreciated growing up too.
That's great, man. That's awesome. So let me ask you this. You're welcome, Dan. Dan said the last comment, he said he's an idiot. So I had to put it up on the screen just to show everybody that he's calling himself an idiot. So, and I should ask you this off stream, but, so the other fuzzies that you did for me, the green guy, that's 3.0, right?
Yep.
And then Fuzzbot. Yeah. Did you draw that or was that on the computer?
I drew those.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you still have them?
I'm sure. I'd have to look around. I've got them filed somewhere.
Okay. If you do, I would like to have them.
Sure.
Obviously I will take care of you. But guys, it's that simple. If you have something that you want drawn, all you have to do is just say, "Hey, Myron, this is what I got," and you work something out with him. He's that good, guys. I'm telling you.
Nothing's off the table either. I'll draw whatever. I've done a bunch of. I've done some cool things where for pet homages, like my 12th, 11th, and 12th grade English teacher from high school bought or commissioned me to do a piece with her 2 pugs that have passed. And I did them, with one angel wings, and there was a temple in the background, and it was just a fun draw. I had a good time with it, and I didn't charge her what I normally charge because she's my teacher, and she was one of those people that helped me out in school a lot. So she said that she shared it in like a pug group or whatever that she belongs to, and 150 people liked it. So I've done some pet work, I've done some family stuff. I just for Kimber, I just did. Her brother just got married, and I did a picture of the couple dancing with a Halloween theme because they got married on Halloween, and
Yes,
had a lot of fun with that one too. So,
her brother's kid.
Yeah,
Jacob. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, you know what? I saw that.
Yep, pretty much whatever.
Who gives? I give handies. Wait a minute. Dan says he gives handies, Myron. I mean, I do, but I think Myron's out of my league, bro. I mean, thanks for wingmaning for me, damn it, shit. I think Myron's a little far out of my league. So, now I completely forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. What's your favorite thing to draw, dude?
I really I go through phases. So sometimes it'll be horror pictures or whatever, and then sometimes it'll be just pop culture stuff. I think it's just whatever catches my eye in the moment. Really is whatever's favorite for now.
I would think that I would be drawing dirty shit. Like that would be me. I mean, that would just be me. I'd be like, yeah, let's see if I can draw this vagina better. You know what I mean?
We touched on that a little bit with it.
We did indeed. We did.
At R rated more than X because I want to keep the books saleable. But other than that,
Christopher Jacobson says, "Like my boots." I love that dude. That's funny.
Pretty sure he probably said "lick my boots," but
yeah, he just spelled it wrong. Dyslexia or something. So Becca R says Myron is amazing for commission work. Have several pieces that I own and love. Check him out.
Becca's my significant other. Thank you.
Oh, all right. So do you want to hang for a little more, or like I'm going to get into my silly shit that I do? Do you want to hang, or you got to go?
If you want to give me a minute to take a piss, I'll come back.
Dude, you go do whatever you want, man. Absolutely.
I'll be right back.
All right, man. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys go and check out Myron's stuff, man. Psycho Fire Productions on Facebook and Insta, and MyronLauzon.com. I got it right. Fuck yeah. MyronLauzon.com on the old interwebs there. You guys can find his stuff there. I believe the comic books are for sale on there. And of course, you guys get in touch with him for some commission pieces as well. And guys, I'm telling you, you won't be unsatisfied. Myron's definitely got some good stuff going there. So the question we're gonna pose, chat, you guys can jump in and get involved in this. Is rock dead? And I'll ask Myron when he comes back so that he's not missing anything. Is rock dead? Because it seems like, I mean, like, obviously going back to the Lenny Kravitz song, the Rock and Roll is Dead song. It seems like they hit pause on the rock world. Unless I just don't have my thumb on the pulse of America or the music industry or whatever. Like, it seems like there's not a lot going on rock-wise. And welcome back, my friend. The question I posed to chat now is rock dead?
I don't think it's dead. I think it evolves a little bit with each generation. I think that, where I think things struggle is that there's not a lot of local radio exposure for rock anymore. And that's where we all grew up with it and where we got ours. You know, you have to go to Sirius or to the streaming services to get something, you know, that you would want to listen to from that genre.
I think I think satellite radio killed the radio industry.
Satellite killed the radio star.
Yeah, and yeah, video killed them first.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, name that band. Video killed the radio star.
Oh God, I don't remember.
First video on MTV, right?
I know. I didn't have MTV back then.
The Buggles.
Nice.
I see.
You know
got
what?
the useless shit in there
all the time, and you got me with that one. I didn't.
I would like to see a huge resurgence in rock. I mean, right now it's the hip hop stuff, it's country.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously there's some rock out there.
It's good stuff. I mean, there's lots of good things in every genre, but I think, you know, what's heartening to me is, like, we got local musicians like Mo Formica, who, you know, she comes out and she fucking kills it, man. That girl has got talent all over the place. You know, her voice is something. You know, she should be on that main stage.
Oh, I agree for sure. And that just shows me that rock isn't dead. I mean, it just seems like somebody hit the pause button. That's the best way I could describe it. It just seems like somebody's like, okay, just hold on for a couple of years or something. Oh, Eileen, hi. Yes, that was definitely Fivehead. Yeah, Dawn. I'm sorry, not Virginia. Dawn. You got it right, Dawn. It was the Buggles. I don't know, man. I mean, I just look around, like, I really hope COVID isn't as disastrous. This pandemic, whatever you want to call it, isn't as disastrous, because there's bands breaking up over this, dude. There's like,
yeah, but there's people in the studio right now too making, like, AC/DC just dropped a new album. I was listening to it today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their albums are all kind of the same, over 20 some odd albums, you know, but there's a couple tunes on there that stood out for me, and they're pretty darn good, you know. So I think a lot of the bands are taking the opportunity where they're not on the road and not under duress with shows and stuff, and they're going back to their roots and they're writing. So I'm hoping out of this thing we get some great new music.
Oh, I think we will industry wise, but locally it's disastrous, dude.
Yeah,
I hear bands breaking up. I'm just hoping that somewhere in this, I'm trapped in this box, there's kids picking up guitars, and there's, you know, kids playing on pans in the kitchen, and there's, you know, some dude is thumping a bass line on his chest, like, you know,
well, you know, when you don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, I think, you know, families are spending more time and they're looking for creative things to do with each other. And you know what better way to put the family together than to teach the kids how to play music? You know, I mean, it's a great opportunity to maybe salvage some of that at the end of it all.
Absolutely. I mean, this young man right behind me here, well, not.
Oh, Nick is freaking, what a talent that dude is.
I mean, born rock star.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's got the whole thing. He's got.
I've been around Nick since he was young. He's played at Jam Fest, and actually, you know, with Frozen Sun, I hopped up at one of the Jam Fests, and because it was kind of a tradition, and we did "Killing in the Name of," you know, with, you know, from Rage, and that was something that the kids have always kind of done with us one way or another at the Jam Fest. And Nick back then, you know, even at that point, you could see what talent that whole band had as a younger group of guys, and they hadn't even begun to crack the surface on what they're going to do. You know, that there's talent all over that band.
And you know what's funny too is I just saw that. Killing in the Name of video the other day. And it was somebody posted on Facebook. I just saw that the other day.
It's funny because, you know, I've known all those kids for a while because I met them all at Jam Fest when they were young. Mm-hmm. You know,
I don't know if you can read that comment or not. Eileen said that Nick is a young version of Henry McFerrin.
Yeah, you know,
I completely agree.
Yeah, he killed it the other day at the Chrome show. I was standing there watching him, and I went up to him afterwards. I'm like, dude, you know, Henry is smiling on you right now because that was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Two things, dude. I was when we did the show down at Fusebox. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And they went up and just tore it up. I was on the side with I think it was with, well, I wasn't with Darla up there at the time, but I was over where we were standing on the show, And I was just kind of, watching the whole thing and it just taking it all in. And I closed my eyes and that's all I could hear is Henry. And dude, I got emotional, man. My eyes were watering up. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. But yeah, I closed my eyes and that kid just sounds, he's just got that fucking kick you in the face fucking guitar playing, man.
He's a rock
it's
star.
Unreal. He is too. And and not only does he have the talent because he's got chops for days, he's also got the moves down.
Yep.
He's pretty he's pretty down to earth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing, getting back to your artwork. So guys, I know I told you guys earlier that I was going to get you the PayPal thing, and I will get that for you. I think it's on the bottom, isn't it? Hold on a minute. Because I know I have it in banners here somewhere. I'll put a banner up. Because this all ties in, trust me. There it is. So it's paypal.me/thatfuzzing518 show. So here's the thing. For the first 5 donations that I get from tonight going forward, the first 5 donations that I get, you got to give me your address. I'm going to send you some stickers and stuff from the show. But here's the deal, guys, and this is why I'm trying to get donations to the show. Not only does it help me, I'll offset the cost, which is not that much to do this stream, but I'm also doing something that Myron knows about it, and he's probably like, wait, what something are you talking about? After we just talked about Henry, it kind of reminded me of it. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get, everybody knows that Henry played Flying V's. That was his guitar, Gibson Flying V's. So there's a guitar that's missing. And I won't go into that whole thing. It was basically his main rig that he played with all the time. White Flying V, black pick guard, and on it was a sticker that was, I believe it was when they were trying to raise the drinking age to 21. That kind of dates it a little bit, but it was a circle and it said, bring down the drinking age. It had 21 in the middle and there was a slash through it. It said vote. So what I'm doing with the money when people donate is I'm going to buy a replica of that guitar. It's going to be a white Flying V with a black pick guard. And I'm gonna cover our faces for a minute with a picture, if you don't mind me showing this.
Oh.
I sent Myron a picture. I said, hey, is there any way you can do this for me? And of course, 20 minutes later, I had it in my inbox. But I have on the top there, guys, you'll see that is a close-up of the actual sticker. And we couldn't decipher what that one on the left of it was. So I might just like put the fuzz head on there or something to that effect. And the bottom one is Myron recreated that sticker for me. I'm going to have that sticker made up. I'm going to put that sticker on the guitar in the spot exactly where it's supposed to be. And it's going to go up. Oh, I got to get there. Hold on. I got to get my picture back so I can't even see where I'm pointing. So it's going to go right there on that hook where that Les Paul is now. And that, which represents his brother Sean, go away, Spider. That hat's going to be hanging off the headstock of it. So it's going to be like a replica. It'll be on camera all the time. It'll be a tribute to Henry and Sean forever on the Workman wall. Those 2 frame pictures, by the way, are from the benefits that we did. The one over here is from Chrome. This one is from Fusebox, and it's autographed by all the bands and stuff. That guitar in the middle was Henry's Washburn that I purchased when the guitars went up for sale. And I also had all the artists sign that one. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with the proceeds from the donations that I get. I know, I wish, yes, it is still missing, and I wish I knew where it was too. But yeah, that's going to be like my little tribute to my brothers. Luckily it'll be on stream all the time, so everybody will be able to see it. And just a little nostalgic thing for you. But again, I appreciate you for doing that for me and doing it so timely and quick, dude. I appreciate that.
Those guys were good dudes, and they would give you the shirt off their back, either one of them. And I was a little bit closer to Sean than I was with Henry. I met Henry first, but Sean and I, Sean jammed with us in the Elisha Killers, and he and I used to talk Dio all the time because he loved Ronnie, and he was Henry and Sean were supposed to be my players in Evil or Divine, and then it just didn't work out. Sean played for a little bit, and then their dad passed, and things like that. But good dude, both of them. I anytime I can put props out there for them or support in some way, I will always do it.
Yeah, definitely. So, this new Parlor app, have you seen that whole buzz lately?
I signed up. I don't love it.
I don't like it either, man. It's just like I was thinking about like, okay, great. It's going to be a new place where we can get away from the politics and shit. And sure enough, I signed up for it. I started, and it was a little tricky too because I think their servers were crashing nonstop because so many people were trying to exit Facebook at once. So I finally got my account and started adding people. As a matter of fact, I think you were the first one that I friended or added on there, whatever you call it. But as my nude feed starts filling up, I'll be goddamn if it ain't nothing but fucking politics. I'm like, fuck this, man.
Side though, it's all the other end of the spectrum.
Yes, yeah, it's all on the right. I think it's all on the right now.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yep. So, I mean, I don't know what to do, dude. Do I stay with Facebook? Do I go to Parlor? Like, I might have deleted my account. Honestly,
I love that place better than any of them.
What's that? Parlor?
MySpace.
Oh, MySpace. Yeah, bring that back. Tom, right?
Tom was my only friend when I signed up, but you know what? I met a lot of people on there that I'm still friends with today.
Tom, where the fuck are you when we need you, man? It's your time, brother. Come back, brother. Come back. I don't know, man. Parlor, TikTok, MeWe, Snapchat, Instagram. Fucking Jesus Christ. How many do we need?
That Instagram is all girls selling their ass. That's all that is. It really is.
Wait, what was that? Instagram? Okay, let me hold on.
Because I'll get all kinds of friend requests and messages that I just delete because you can see what's going on, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
I've gotten a couple on Facebook, but yeah, Instagram. It's like what the fuck was the one the other day? I can't remember her name, but I mean, completely. It was a completely Russian name.
Yep.
And so I clicked it. I'm like, all right, who's this? I don't know her, so I clicked it. Yeah. Want to talk to sex?
Yeah.
You don't see me at this. I'm just like, yep, block. Jesus Christ.
Want to you me be loving?
Yes, exactly. I come to you. I marry you. I get green card. I leave you. I don't know, man.
Truth.
All right, chat. This is time for you guys to jump in because this one's a cool one. High school stories. Let's talk high school, guys. Go way back in the way back machine for me. Jesus Christ. I graduated, 88?
Yeah, me too.
Jesus, man. That seems like fucking forever. Oh, so did you already turn 50 or is it next year?
I turned 50 in April.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy belated.
I didn't get my rusty nail chicken wings this year because everything was shut down.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I hit 50 on New Year's Eve, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, all it did was my body now tells me that I'm 50, and my brain still thinks I'm 25. And boy, they don't marry up very well. Dude,
my body's been telling me I'm 50s for like 13 or 14 fucking years now, man. Holy shit. The first thing that came to mind when I was thinking about this, like high school stories, is that my math teacher, I remember it was in 10th grade, and I think her name was Mrs. Albanese, I think. And she said, well, we were doing something, and I had a calculator in my pocket.
Sure you did.
And she goes, are you gonna carry a calculator? Because I mean, I brought it from my locker because I was pretty shitty at math. So she's like, do you think you're gonna carry a calculator around with you all day, every day when you get out in the real world? Fuck you, Mrs. Albanese. Yes. And I wish her well. I hope she's I hope she's doing good. But yeah, guess what? I was right on that one, babe. For sure. It just struck me as funny because I'm like, so I can vividly remember her saying, "Do you think you're going to carry a calculator around with you all day, every day?" And I'm like, huh, there it is. Oh, what the hell was I actually sold my English teacher weed. I did too. I hope the statute of limitations is up on that.
Well, see, I went to Catholic school from kindergarten until 10th grade.
Ooh, yikes.
It was awful. They were mean. There was her name was Sister Dolorada, and she had a wart on her nose, and she used to pick it all the time, and it would scab up and worse.
Nasty. Oh, man. That's crazy. Chat in the comments. What about you guys? High school stories. Come on. Bring them to me. I'll throw them right up on the screen. I'm not scared. You shouldn't be either. So I got suspended for 15 days from school for clearing the principal's desk. Now, mind you, it was like, for me, it was like suspended, come back to school, suspended, come back to school, suspended, come back to school. So I was in the lunchroom, and of course, now the monitors like watch me, of course, waiting for me to do something stupid. I was sitting there with two of my friends. One was on this side, one was on this side. Somebody from the table behind us threw something across the room, hit right above the monitor's head. Monitor was turned the other way, felt the shit hit him. No, hit her. No, hit him. He was the one. So he comes over, he goes, "Kabadge to the office now." I'm like, why? He's like, "I saw you throw that." I'm like, "Throw what? What are you talking about?" I had no idea. Like, I seen it fly overhead, but I didn't look to see where it went. I just kind of went back to talking. So he's like, "I know you threw that." And I'm like, "Dude, I didn't throw anything. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about." He's like, "Yeah, that's right. Play stupid. Down to the office now." I'm like, "I didn't fucking do anything." Like, now I'm getting pissed because finally I'm innocent, and they're like, "Fuck you, go to the office." So I'm like, "I'm not going to the office. I didn't do anything." So he's like, "Well, we'll make you go there, or we'll force you to go to the office, or we'll carry you to whatever the fuck the guy said." So I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going." So then two of the other aides came over, and I'm like, "Fuck, all right, I'm gonna go in the office, I guess." So not only did I get reported for throwing the item, but then I got reported for swearing at the monitor. So I went into the principal, and the monitor went in first and told him. He comes to the office, or to the door, and he opens the door, and he's like, "Get in here." So I fucking walk in. Now I'm like, listen, dude, I am absolved. I know that I'm going to get absolved of this because I didn't fucking do nothing wrong. And this time I was innocent. Like, I'm good. I got this. So I sit down, and he's like, he says, "What are we going to do with you?" He's like, "You're in trouble every week, every other week, whatever." He's like, "You are by far my worst student." And I'm like, "There's got to be others." I said that to him. Like, "There's got to be others. Like, I can't be the worst.
I can't be the worst guy you got."
And I always skipped, so I was never there. So I'm like, how can I be the worst if I'm never there? That's bullshit. So he's like, so we've resulted to, or we've stooped down to, basically, this is the bottom line. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but so we've stooped to throwing stuff now. I'm like, "Listen, man, I didn't throw nothing. Like, I was sitting here talking to my friends. They're witnesses. I did not throw a thing." Well, my monitor says that they saw you throw it. I'm like, "I'm telling you right now, that did not come from my hand. It was from behind me. I saw it fly over my head. I was in the middle of a conversation. I didn't see where it hit. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't do it." So he goes, "And you're swearing at the monitors." I'm like, "That's because I didn't do anything wrong."
I didn't.
Like, they're trying to drag me to the office. I didn't do anything wrong. So his last name was Gilkey. His first name was Ted. So it was, Mr. Gilkey. So I was getting mad. Then I was really starting to get mad because I'm like, this guy's going to fuck me on this because I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm like, I threw my hands up. I'm like, this is bullshit. He goes, see, there you go again. He goes, I'm going to get you again for that one. And I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding. Like, this is getting worse. I didn't even do anything wrong. I'm like, the only reason I'm swearing is because I'm mad because I'm innocent.
It's like the Breakfast Club. That's another one.
it was that, but it was angry. I was getting pissed. So he told me that he was going to give me 3 days suspension. And I told him, I said, you might as well give me 5. He's like, oh, you're a smart ass. He's like, okay, I'll give you 5. So then I got really pissed and I stood up and I just one side of the desk, the other. Strash. Took everything off his desk. Now my mom gets called.
Yep.
So my mom I could do nothing wrong. I was the halo on the fucking angel, not my kid, you know? So we go, she comes in and I'm sitting in the office. I'm like, I'm fucked now. She's going to bitch at me because, you know, the stuff's still on the floor. He waited for her to get there so he could show her that what I did. I'm like, now I'm screwed. I'm definitely screwed now. My mom's going to fucking kill me. So she walks in. She goes, what happened? So I started telling her the story. The principal comes out and he's like, Mrs. Kabajian, you could come in here. She shot him this dagger look. And she goes, excuse me, I'm asking my son a question. I'll be with you in a minute. Like, mama, dude, my mom was like a timid and reserved woman, shorter in stature, a little junk in the trunk. She's a bigger woman, but I mean, very, very timid and very gullible and the sweetest woman you would ever meet. I'm biased, of course, but I've never seen that in my mom before. I was like, whoa, holy fuck, you know? So I explained the whole thing to her and she's like, you're sure you didn't throw anything? I'm like, Mom, Pa, I didn't do it. I swear to you I didn't do it. So we go in there and he's presenting like Vanna. You know what I mean? See, this is what your son did. And she goes, well, why did he do that? Now she's getting like the Babe in the Woods routine. Now she's just like, well, why? Why did he do that? You know? So he said that we were talking about the incident that happened. And she goes, well, he told me that he didn't do it. And he goes, I know for a fact that your kid did it because he's always in trouble. So she goes, is he suspended? He says, yes, for 5 days. So she looks at me and she goes, okay, let's go to lunch. Mom, you're a badass. So then she got a call later on. I guess he talked to the superintendent. Superintendent said he wanted me out 15 days pending. I might be expelled. And I'm like, I swear to you, Ma, I did not do this. Like, there wasn't. So I was suspended for 15 days. I finally went back. I didn't get expelled, thank God. But I probably should have. But yeah, dude, I didn't do anything wrong. That just pissed me off. I'm like, holy fuck, you got to be kidding me. Finally, I'm innocent of something, and I'm still getting screwed. I'm like, God damn, that sucks, dude.
I always hung out with kids. I was the good kid. Like in high school, I was the good kid, but I always hung out with the bad kids. So like I ended up guilty by association a few times.
Oh yeah.
And but I never really did the bad stuff until I started hanging out with Valeni. When I met him in college, he taught me how to be a bad kid.
Go figure.
I mean, we had fun. I'm not going to deny it was a blast.
Oh, dude, anything with Valeni's a blast, I'm sure.
But yeah, you want to talk about throwing things? Oh, remind me off camera sometime, and I'll tell you some of those stories.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to listen to it. So I'm not being rude by muting my mic. When I vape, it's like really loud. So I just mute it so that it's not like in your ear, like. So I actually took Votech cooking school for 2 years. I figured I was probably going to remain a bachelor for a long time. So I want to learn how to cook so that so they don't fucking starve, you know what I mean? But that was the best, dude. Like, yeah, dude, I had free cookies all the time. I mean, we were making like really primo shit. Like, it was good food. No. And of course we got to sample it and shit. Oh my God, it was amazing, dude. Probably reason for the way I look now.
You and I,
but yeah.
I look like we could be a wrestling tag team.
Dude, I'm telling you, right? And now, when I took shop class, I still have the tool tray the ceramic ashtray, and the nativity scene that I made.
Nice.
And I think candlestick holders too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, one of the first characters that I ever created comic book wise, I created in 11th grade, ended up in the tilt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No,
that's pretty awesome.
The guy that's on, Red with Flames.
Yes.
I created him in 11th grade.
Dan says a triple threat with me of him as a tag team.
Well, we could take anybody.
I don't even know if they have a ring that would hold us all. Yeah, dude. Oh, my school had a fucking smoking area.
They all did back in the day. Yep.
It's cool because you had like your pass and you had to get your parents to sign the sheet for that you have basically permission to smoke. So it was a little red sticker at the bottom. It said smoking validation. They had two guys that stood out there and monitored it. So if you came out, you had to show them your
red dot.
You had to show them your little red badge there, and you could smoke out there. It was pretty cool, though. I was always late for class because I was going out and smoke. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Our tag team name. Tons of fun. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. School days. Fuck. It seems like it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it was just like forever ago, dude. I mean, you're talking what? 32
years?
32 years? Yeah. Holy fuck, man. So, and you know what? Size brings us to our next topic. Our sizes bring us to our next topic. Are you okay with turkey for Thanksgiving, or should there be an alternative meal for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving's all about the turkey.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Dude, what about like a nice badass prime rib in the middle of the table, bro?
Oh, actually, the way I always do it, like my family, we did turkey for Thanksgiving, we did ham for Christmas, and then New Year's we would always do something. Like now, since years later when it's me, I like turkey for Thanksgiving, I like ham for Christmas, and then a rib like would be a New Year's thing. So they all get their chance.
I know a lot of people do rib at Easter.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, that's something where if you don't cook it right, it's shit. You got to make sure that you cook it right.
Dude, when I cooked mine, it was like you have to do it by like the poundage, but you put the oven as high as it'll go, 550. And it says like, I think I made like a 5-pound roast.
Yep.
And it said you leave it in there for X amount of minutes and then turn it off and do not open the oven.
Right, because it continues to cook even after you shut everything off too. Even when you take it out and set it on top of the stove, it's going to continue to cook.
I'm like, that's bullshit. There's no way that works.
Oh, it does.
Sure enough. Yeah, it was amazing too. Oh my God, it was so good. I think I'm going to start that tradition though, dude. I'm going to start the tradition of putting a fucking roast on the table for for Thanksgiving, bro.
Do you?
Because me, dude, it's like here's how it would line up for me. It'd be like 4th of July, brisket.
I do like brisket.
Well, let's go back even further. I'd have to have a list of major holidays in front of me, but essentially it's this: warmer weather when you can go out and smoke a brisket.
Yep.
You're having brisket. Then when it gets cold enough that you really shouldn't be outside because you'll catch a cold or something, now we switch to rib inside.
Yeah,
and that's the whole year, any holiday.
You can cook outside all year round.
Oh, I do. Absolutely.
There's nothing better than an open fire cook, whatever you're making.
That's true too. And you got to cook with the cast iron.
Yeah.
Always with cast iron. So here's my notes to this. It says alternative Thanksgiving meals, prime rib, fuck that turkey. That's exactly what I wrote in my notepad too.
I don't know. My answer would be always go for the white meat.
Well, I don't know, dude. Red is when it's pink on the inside, it's good too.
All right.
Double entendre, thank you. So, dude, what do you think of these new rules, bro? The new Cuomo rules came out, dude.
All I can tell you is, and I won't get into the details of what I do in my day job, but I work with the public, and the public is getting so tight and angry and frustrated that one little thing sets somebody off, and it's getting worse. So you start going the other direction with this stuff, and I can't even imagine what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I can't believe the amount of people that, you're cooped up inside. You finally get the chance to go out, and then you're mean to everybody that's out there serving people, and the people that are manning the gas stations, and the people that work in grocery stores, and like people are just stop doing that, guys. Like, don't be a dick. I understand, like, you can't get your third 18 pack of toilet paper so you can stock up. Don't be fucking mean to people. Like, that's just crazy, dude.
Everybody's just got to take a breath and say, you know what, be a good human being. It's pretty simple. It's easy math. It's talk to people the way you want people to talk to you, and don't sweat the little shit. Life's too short to get into that nonsense.
So the way it lines up now, he's saying that bars, restaurants, and gyms in New York must close by 10 p.m.
Because COVID starts at 10:01.
Yeah, exactly. And now curbside pickup can continue past 10 p.m. because that curbside pickup is exempt from anything bacteria-wise, anything virus-wise.
Yeah.
Carry out doesn't count.
And it's like the magic bubble in the restaurant.
Exactly, that's right. So this is the one that got me. Oh, you see, now she's just talking dirty, bro. Now she's charcoal smoker, brisket, ribs, chicken. Oh my God.
You have no idea how good that woman can cook. That's it.
Jesus. So here's the kicker now. Private gatherings are capped at no more than 10 people, and the local municipalities are going to enforce it.
Good luck with that.
I was reading this I saw it was on Facebook, and I'm like, what? So I clicked the news article, and I'm like, reading, I'm like, right around Thanksgiving too. It's like, yeah, fuck you guys. And listen, I see both sides of it, and I'll tell you why in a second, but I'm reading this, and I come back out, and then, how it shows you like one or two comments after it. So the one comment was a woman that said, how do I go about reporting someone that's having a big gathering? And the response underneath it was, you mind your own fucking business.
It's true. I mean, there's a level of, okay, let's be sensible and try to protect people's health when we're out in public. I can understand that. But when it comes to policing other people's business, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, let people worry about themselves.
I thought I was going to fucking die, dude. And they're saying that it's probably not. Like, Cuomo's saying that it's enforceable and you get a fine, whatever, and all that stuff. And I believe that they're saying even all the way up to like the Supreme Court or whatever it is, that they'll enforce it because it's like an emergency rule, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but it's a violation of personal liberties, and that's something you could fight constitutionally.
But all of the local municipalities that they interviewed on the news were kind of like, tongue in cheek, smiling like, yeah, well, we'll enforce it if it can, but we don't think it's enforceable.
There's no way.
Basically, like, fuck you, guy. What are you, crazy? You know what I mean?
He is crazy. Have you seen the meme going around where he's peeking in the window?
Yeah, I did. So those changes start 10 p.m. tonight, guys. So you have, I don't know, like an hour and 34 minutes to go out and get hammered quick. Uber, if you're going to do that. Now, I'm going to go on the other side of this now because, I mean, I hate the fact that, obviously, for kind of personal reasons, like I would love to see like all the clubs, all the restaurants, all the bands get to play. I'm on that side of it, and that's why I can't stand this rules. Everything closes, venues can't open, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But on the other side of that, I'm kind of a fucking thinker, which doesn't happen often for me, but I do have like these little brief moments of fucking genius. But if these numbers continue to grow, say hi, Richie. Hi, Richie. I don't know why I'm saying hi, Richie. Either way. If the numbers continue to grow, we're going to shut down again.
Yep.
He did it once. He's not afraid to do it again. I mean, and he's he's adamant about not hurting New Yorkers, which is great. I'm all for that. I don't want to see one person. Excuse me. Oh, now I got to get a test. I don't want to see one person, be injured or get hurt or, God forbid, killed. But
you're killing people economically by shutting everything down again.
That too. That's why it's such a double-edged sword. And he said that money can be replaced, a life can't. And I get that too. But on the flip side of that, like, okay, I can't replace my money if my business closes, or if there's no way to generate income, I can't make that money back.
Tell that to somebody whose house is about to be taken away from them because they don't have a job. It's horseshit, and they've worked so hard to get these businesses back open again.
That's why I'm saying hi, Richie. I'm sorry, bud. Hi, Richie. Good to see you, buddy. I miss that dude like crazy. That's my homie right there.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue.
No, I was just saying, that these small businesses finally got to reopen and started to reestablish themselves in some capacity, and people are like, buy local, buy small, and folks are trying to support that way. And then the emperor's going to turn around and tell us that they can't be open again. That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
The specialized rules. I'm sorry. There's no magic bubble around me when I'm sitting in a restaurant eating. So why can I take the mask off when I'm eating, but I got to wear it to go take a piss? That's foolish to me. That's absolute foolishness. So wear the mask when it's necessary. If you can't be socially distant, I get it. And we can live by that for the time being. But these businesses need to be able to work.
Listen, dude, I hate masks, just as much as everybody else does, but I hate dying more.
Yep.
Like, I get it. I understand. Like, it's an inconvenience. It's a pain in the ass, and people are like, well, those fucking masks don't protect you. Like, but they protect like you spitting stuff out, and they protect that person from spraying stuff at you. So like do something. Don't do nothing. Do something. Now, my 84-year-old father lives with me. He's going to be 85 at the end of the month. But so I'm really conscious about where I go, what I do, always hand sanitizer, always mask. I don't want to bring it back for him. I might be able to survive it. He probably would not. He's on oxygen all the time, et cetera, et cetera. So, so I don't like, dude, if that's what it takes to get back to like normal or semi-normal, I'm fucking doing it. Like, it's not really that big a deal. Like, I understand people that have breathing problems. Like my old man, it's tough for him to wear a mask because, he's got the oxygen, but he can't get full breath. That's why he's on oxygen.
Right.
Putting that barrier there it screws him up even more.
But the flip side to the whole mask thing is that, the way that our immune system builds itself up, particularly in the cold and flu season, is by being exposed to stuff. And the more that we pull away from that and don't allow our bodies to build our own immunity, the worse we're going to be at the end of it all. And that you can't tell me that at some point there isn't some kind of damage from breathing your own carbon dioxide for as many hours a day as many of us have to. So, okay, maybe there's a short-term save here for people, but the long-term impacts are going to be much worse. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I just and this usually when we get into this side of it, where it's like the politics kind of creeps into the show, people start getting fucking angry. Thank God they're not. But once they start getting angry, I'm like, so how about those fucking how about those Raiders? See, I know. That was just for you. So yeah, fucking stores with Christmas shit already, bro.
Oh, it's the retail world.
My God, it's so bad, bro. Like, and I get it. Like, I'm okay with Christmas. I'm not really big on, like, I'm not really like I'm not religious. And even if I'm not, like, the meaning of Christmas is so fucking far gone now that it's not even funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about, Christmas is not Santa Claus. Christmas is about, I don't know, Jesus being born. Like,
well, if you want to be controversial, it really isn't. It was stolen from the pagans. But
fair enough.
The bottom line to the whole thing about the season is, you know what? Be a good human being and look out for each other. That's an easy way to to brand it across the whole thing.
And you know what, bro? That should be the way people are every day.
Right.
Especially with this whole, well, here we go. Down the rabbit hole we go, Myron. Let's go. This whole thing with fucking Trump and Biden, dude. And Dan, I don't want to hear nothing about it from you. I'm just kidding. And dude, I'm not going to get into this a lot. I'm just going to kind of give you my 2 cents on it, and then I'll give you your 2 cents on it, and we'll call it quits. But
fair enough.
My whole thing with this Trump Biden thing is it is what it is. Do your recounts, do whatever it is, and then once this thing gets sorted out, regardless of who it is, just let's everybody get behind the fucking president and let's make this fucking place awesome again. Like, and I hate saying that because I know it's like a Trump catchphrase, but like, he's not going to make America great. We can do that. This country is divided right now. It's the divided states of America, dude. Why? You're going to be mad at me because my choice is to like a guy that neither of us know.
Right. You're
going to hate me for that. You're going to delete me off Facebook after 30 years of friendship because we differ in opinion. Yep. Your opinion's right. My opinion's wrong. Fuck me. I'm done.
Yep.
Any rational mind that sits back and thinks about that would be like, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yep.
But there's such passion and such anger about this thing. Like, and I get it, man. People are passionate about stuff, but that's just too fucking far. I agree, Dan. I'll give you that. Trump was definitely doing a good job trying to fix the country.
My worry in the whole thing is that it's not even about which face of the franchise we end up with. It's about personal liberties are at jeopardy right now. And our system right now has been abused because of what's gone on during this election. From both sides, but really the whole mail-in ballot thing is disgusting because of what's been able to been done with it. So I don't trust it. I think, to me, if it was me, I would take it to the Supreme Court, have them nullify it, and vote again. And everybody has to vote in person. Screw the mail-in ballots. And there should be a representative from each party there to verify the veracity of it. And take it off the table, because right now I don't trust the voting process. I don't think it's legitimate. I think there was a lot of shady shit that went on behind the scenes that don't give us a true estimation. And that's not fair to the American people. It's not fair to the American people that voice their opinions and don't get to be represented because someone else did something shady. So, to me, the difficulty I would have getting behind that president, if he ends up being the president-elect, is that now I don't trust him, because the way he got in office was illegitimate to me. So Trump is a clown. I'll be very he's I've said this all along, but you know what? He did everything he said he was going to do. And a lot of his antics were done to distract people from what he was trying to get done. It's art of war. It's look over here, and I'm doing this over here. Biden scares me, and I'll be honest with you. And you can hate me for that opinion. All of you can say what you want to say, but I'm scared about what he represents and what his party represents right now. It's about taking away civil liberties.
I agree with you. And that's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about the person. No. It should be about their game and their politics.
Right. And what can you do for the people and not for yourself?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think regardless, we need to fucking pick our shit up as a country, man. We're acting like fools right now.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure everybody else kind of is looking at us like, yo, what the fuck is their problem? Like,
yeah, we're a mess, right? For sure.
You know, it's horrible. But enough of that. Let's get back to Christmas in the stores already, man. Like, do you think that Thanksgiving should be done first before Christmas goes up, or do you think that it's good the way it is?
Understanding the logistics of things behind the scenes, I could say that you kind of have to be in front of it a little bit, or the transition wouldn't work.
A little bit in front of it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of it has to do with the product is ordered so far in advance and needs to be shipped at a certain timeline in order for it to get where it needs to go.
True.
The problem, the other side of that is customers are jumping on it earlier because it's in the stores earlier and proving that it's the right thing to do. So the more people buy the stuff, the more it's going to come earlier.
Yeah, that's a true story. It was crazy. I was in Lowe's and Halloween wasn't even done yet. And their shit was up. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? But
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I don't know. I dig it. I dig Christmas. I liked it a lot more when my kid was young.
Yeah.
And he was enjoying the whole Christmas thing.
Yep.
But he's older now. He could give a fuck less. You know what I mean? He's kind of like, no thanks.
Show me the money.
It's starting to go from toys and stuff to either a big electronic or gift cards.
Yep.
Here's something fucked up about my kid. And it's fucked up in a good way. My kid loves to get clothes for Christmas.
Mine too, actually.
I'm like, I didn't really know what to get him last year, so I got him clothes and stuff. And he's like, unless he's a real good bullshitter, which I'm pretty sure I can read him. He's open, and I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh yeah, I said that too. When my grandmother gave me fucking socks, But he's open. He's picking up the shirts. He's like, oh, this one's sweet. I like this one. He's like, I'm not too big in that color. Can we bring this one back?
That's okay.
I'm like, holy fuck, he actually likes this shit. I hope he likes the next one. It's fucking underwear. Let's see what he does with that. He opens it up. He's like, cool, I needed these. Where did you come from? Like, my kid's awesome, dude. And again, I'm biased, but definitely a good boy. Clothes, gift cards, auto parts. That's exactly what it is, dude. Kids used to love clothing, getting clothes from their friends, but siblings. Yeah, dude. He's So, all right, chat. While you guys are chiming in and getting into the Christmas spirit, let's talk Christmas movies. Favorite Christmas movies. I can't wait to see this one.
Polar Express.
Oh, dude, I got a Polar Express story for you. My kid watched it. He was 7, I think. And watched the Polar Express. I went with one of my exes. It was her idea, actually. She's like, there's one in Saratoga that does the Polar Express. Yep. It's an actual train ride. She's like, we should take him on that. I'm like, wait a minute. I work for the fucking railroad. And I didn't even know that. Like, okay. So we went up there and we did it. And it was, dude, it was like, it was cool because my kid was into it. He was digging it. Like, he's just kind of like, sipping the cocoa and digging the whole thing. And then Santa came down the aisle and he handed every kid a bell from his sleigh.
Nice.
I'm like, that's awesome. And it says, Polar Express on it. It's got a little like ribbon on it and stuff like that. It was nice, So I'm like, oh, that's cool, So as Santa's walking back, he stops. My kid stops Santa. He goes, Santa, can I have another bell? Santa's like, why, did you drop yours? He said, no. He goes, I want a bell to put on the tree for my nan that just died. When my mom passed away in 2011. Dude, I'm actually tearing up thinking about it right now. It was the sweetest thing. Whoa. Wow, I didn't expect to get emotional. It was the sweetest thing that I have ever seen. And my kid just nailed it, dude. That's 1,000% knocked that apart, dude. I'm like, wow. So every year when we have a tree, we didn't have a tree last year. I don't even know why. I think we didn't have the room for it or whatever. And I asked him, he's like, yeah, screw that tree, But I think we're going to do it this year because, I mean, that he puts that bell on every year, puts that bell on a tree. It's amazing, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. It's one of the most touching things I've ever seen in my life. Fucking awesome.
And you look at that movie, and I mean, there's a lot of others that I love too from when I was a kid. But for a modern movie, it was really well crafted, and it hits you in the heartstrings.
It does too. It hits you right there, right. Well, obviously. What about old school? Rudolph, Frosty?
Yeah, all of the claymation ones that Rankin and Bass made are favorites for sure.
And you know the name because I wrote it down. Rankin Bass stuff, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. They were such a talented studio that did so many cool things.
Yeah. Did they do the claymation stuff too? Like the dog and the kid?
I don't know that they had involvement in that, but they did all the holiday stuff. Like there's one for the Easter Bunny. There's the New Year stuff. There's one with a leprechaun. Those and actually the first animated show of The Hobbit was done by Rankin and Bass too.
Wow. Let's see, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Great movie.
Jess,
Yeah.
Dan says Die Hard. And I have a question about that. We'll get to that in a second. Christmas Story has to be listed, of course. Ralphie shooting his eye out.
Yeah, that one I got burned out on.
Gremlins, Krampus, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Krampus is great.
Okay, so Charlie Brown Christmas, absolutely.
Yep.
You know what? Oh, dude, that's the one I couldn't think of earlier. Emmett Otter's Jug Van Christmas.
Yep.
That's the one I couldn't think of earlier. Charlie Brown Christmas is probably, I mean, if it's not number one, it's top two for sure. And like when they're all on the stage and they're dancing, my favorite guy is this dude. That's my favorite guy. My eye trains to him every time. It's like, oh, there's my dude right there. Oh shit, yeah. So okay, so dude, Die Hard, Gremlins, Home Alone, et cetera, et cetera. They're all set during Christmas time. Are they truly Christmas movies though?
Christmas Vacation.
Okay, granted. Are they truly Christmas movies though?
I think they're Christmas movies in that it's a tradition that families watch them at Christmas. So I think that validates it for me.
Okay, I'll go along with that. I'm just curious because I think that's a big thing, is especially with Die Hard. Die Hard's like, that's the one people speculate about all the time. They're like, oh, it's not a Christmas movie. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Like that big argument starts where people are like, yes, it is. No, it's not. But I don't know, man. I think because it's set in Christmas that I guess I'm on the fence, dude. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dan. They're not Christmas movies. I'll start a fight with Dan for sure. Cricket. Wow. Cricket on the Hearth. 60 from 1967. I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's actually a great movie too. Yeah. That's one that it slips my mind a lot, but yeah, definitely.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, dude. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let me write that shit down because I'll forget it.
What about the Grinch?
That's on my list too.
You know, the Dr. Seuss stuff was always great to me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. What else did I have? Well, Santa Claus is coming to town. I think that was another Rankin Bass one, right?
Yep.
What about the Heat Miser and the Coal Miser one?
Yes.
Well, was that Santa Claus is coming to town too? No,
it was Here Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, that's right. Yes, good call.
Yep.
I have that one down too. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a good one too. And I think It's a Wonderful Life, if I'm not mistaken, was ranked like the number one Christmas movie of all time. Like they had one of those polls.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's the old shows teach you values, and a lot of the newer stuff lacks in that opportunity to teach a lesson.
What about Jingle All the Way?
Yeah.
It's one with Schwarzenegger in it. That's the only reason why I like it, because it's fucking funny. Because just hearing him talk, I laugh.
That one I don't love, but the Santa Claus movies. With Tim, what's his
Tim Allen, man guy?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Those I thought were fun.
Those were done well. Cricket on the Hearth is a fireplace business in Rochester, New York.
Random fact.
Thanks, Dan. Dan's fucking awesome, dude. The Grinch. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I hate saying it. Elf. I think it's a cult thing.
Yeah, that's another.
It's not for me, dude. Like I don't know. The ending's real touching. It's got that Hallmark moment at the end. But like
I like Will Ferrell, but not in that.
No, it's hilarious. I mean, the stuff he does is funny.
Yeah.
It's just not like, I don't know. If I'm sitting down and I'm like, I'm gonna watch a Christmas movie, a lot of people are like, Elf's my number one. But like I'm just like,
Yeah.
My number one, Scrooge from Bill Murray, the one that Bill Murray's in.
That one.
Hands down my favorite. So I'd say it's Charlie Brown, then Scrooged. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. I might have to rethink that. Okay, so no, I'm gonna stay with that. So I'm gonna go Charlie Brown, Scrooged, and then a lot of the Christmas carols ones with the Ebenezer Scrooge. But I'm talking old school, like Albert Finney from like 1909 or something like that, where it's real grainy, but it's like it's amazing. And Alistair Sim is another really good one. What the fuck was the name of the other guy? I can't think of it offhand. Damn, that's gonna bug me too. But those those were always fucking cool.
Yeah.
My father for years. This was before there was internet and Amazon and shit like that. My father used to try and catch them on TV, before DVR too. So he tried to catch them on TV and record them on VHS.
Nice.
He got every single one of them that was ever in existence on VHS. He got every one of them. Took him years, but he finally got every one of them, dude. What about Bad Santa?
I enjoy that one. That one I find to be funny.
It's a little on the I don't let the kids watch this shit, but yeah, that was a good one. And the last one I had was Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, that's another one where I'm like, yeah,
it's just classic, dude. I mean, it's not like, again, I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, first Christmas we went watching is Miracle on 34th Street.
Well, classic, White Christmas.
Say that again, you broke up.
If you're going to go classics, you got to do White Christmas with Bing Crosby.
What was the one where Bing Crosby, was it Bing Crosby that sang with David Bowie?
I don't know. That I don't know.
They did the Little Drummer Boy.
Not sure. But there's another clip. Little Drummer Boy.
I'll have to look it up because he did it with, I'm pretty sure it was Bing Crosby and David Bowie. I'm going to stick with that. That's my final answer. But I know
Speaking of, R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
Oh, dude, what the fuck, man? That kind of hurt me, dude. Like when he seems like a nice dude. Like I always used to pick on him all the time because I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, Alex. It's nice when you have the card there. You know every fucking answer. He always like.
But what about of Sean Connery and him passing like within a week of each other? When Saturday Night Live used to have the
yeah, dude. Yeah, that's like fucking. That's pretty creative. Yeah, but dude, I heard that. And I'm like, oh, and I made jokes too because I'm just that much of a dick. But I was like, oh, he couldn't handle Final Jeopardy, and I was just being an asshole, like, oh, what, too soon? Dude. I go for shock value, dude. What do you want from me? Did you forget that I'm the one that collected like strangers' panties on my back wall back here?
Sorry.
Dutch starring Ed O'Neill, dude. I haven't seen that movie in years. Yeah, Beck, I'm gonna check that out for sure. The meme of Connery to Trebek was classic. Yes, absolutely.
That's your wanker.
So I am going to. I got one last thing here, and it's not really a question. I don't know if you want to hang out for it or not, but anybody that wants to donate, and I know that obviously we're not going to get like fucking Les Pauls or fucking, hollow-bodied 41 Gibsons, but anybody that wants to donate guitars, if you have one laying around that you're not using or you're not like, that you're not using to kind of just collecting dust, try donating that to like an organization that would give it to a kid that would use it. I was thinking about that the other day because
Things of My Very Schenectady.
What's that?
Things of My Very Own is an organization in Schenectady that's all about the kids. And at my work, I actually set up a box for them where you can donate coats, hats, and mittens and stuff. And I donated a bunch from my work to start them off. But they do all kinds of stuff for kids, and it's a great organization. And it's homegrown. It started right here in Schenectady. The woman that's in charge of it's an awesome person, and they're grateful for whatever they get.
Yeah, so guys, if you guys got if you got an old guitar that you're not using, whatever, try donating it to that place. That'd be awesome. And dude, I'm all about local and music and all that stuff, and I think that's why it kind of hit me. Like,
yeah,
if you got something that's laying around, you're not using it. Like,
there's a kid somewhere dreaming of playing a guitar that doesn't.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it's like, if bands are breaking up and people are quitting music, we might as well start replenishing the supply. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Let's get the next generation rolling.
Absolutely, man. I think that'd be a great way to do it. And it makes you feel better too to know that you're making a difference in somebody's life. So that this kid would have never been able to afford this guitar if you hadn't donated that. So
yep.
So I did go over the donation thing again. I'm going to try and get that tribute guitar going for Henry. The first 5 donations that I get after I just announced this thing, make sure you guys give me your address. I will send you guys out sticker pack and I don't know, keychain, button, whatever I got laying. I got a whole bunch of shit. So speaking of that, I got to get some stuff to you too. I have a couple things I have made up that I got to give to you also.
Let's do this too, Fuzz. So if you get anybody who donates $100 or more, I'll do a commission for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, dude, that kind of hit me in the chest. Holy shit. Thank you. All right, chat, you heard it. Myron laid down a challenge, man. Anybody that donates $100 or more, not only will you get a sticker pack and probably a whole bunch of other shit for me. Like I'll pick random items on the desk again and send out a box. I still have the camo 8-ball. And the aardvark, by the way, he's still hanging around. So yeah, $100 or more. Not only will I give you some stuff that's laying around and sticker packs and my undying love, but Myron will do a commission for you. So, wow, dude, I'm kind of speechless right now. I don't know what to say, but thank you. That's
gotcha.
That's great, man. That's awesome. So I'm just going to hit some plugs and get out of here. So I will kick you out.
Yeah, I'm going to head out. I gotta work early in the morning. So appreciate the opportunity to hang out and chat with you and chat with everybody. And let's do it again.
I appreciate you coming on, man. And you're welcome here anytime. Anytime you feel the want to come on, just knock on the door. I'll let you right in.
Right on, brother.
Thank you, Myron. I appreciate it. Guys, Myron, make sure you guys go to his website, Myron Lauzon.com. You can also find him Facebook and Instagram, Psycho Fire Productions. That's Psycho FYRE Productions. Go check Myron's stuff out and support the man. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man.
You got it.
I appreciate you, bro. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, take care.
Thanks, Myron. Wow. That's like, holy shit. Wow. Scroll up and chat. What do you mean scroll up and chat? Where am I scrolling to, Dan? The PayPal wouldn't come up? Did you spell fuzzing right? It's got to be Fuzzing. I'll scroll up and chat for the link. Yeah, there's 4 links for chat or for Myron in the chat. If you guys scroll up, Dan put them up there. Check them out. Dude, I'm stunned that he said that. That's so freaking awesome, man. That is so cool. Are you sure, bro? Hold on. Let me try it. I wonder if it's like a... Oh, shit. People can't see this on stream, can they? I hope not. All right, so I go into... So it's... I think you got to do www. No, you don't. PayPal.me/ at fuzzing 518 show. All right, please don't show on stream. Please don't show on stream. Dude, I got right in. PayPal.me/ that fuzzing 518 show. Here, I'll put it up on. I don't even know what that noise was. Holy shit. I broke it. That's it. It's terminal. No, I didn't. I'm just lying. I'm lying to you. Where the fuck is it? Dan, you need to fucking come over here on Friday nights and run this thing for me. I'm so bad at this shit, dude. There it is. Holy crap. I'm looking for it. Like, where the fuck is it? All right, so there it is. PayPal.me/ that fuzzing 518 show. Support the show. We'll get a tribute out to our boys, which I mean, I would definitely appreciate that, chat, for sure. That's awesome. Bottle out of the way. So we will get right into the plugs. And wow, 2 hours already. Jesus Christ. Flies by. We'll go with Nippertown first. Nippertown.com. Everything 518, guys. Everything you're looking for, 518 Nippertown.com has it. They have music. They have restaurants. They have a whole bunch of stuff. 518. Nippertown.com. Also on Facebook, Insta, and Twitter at Nippertown. They're there, right there. Jim, appreciate you, my man. Christopher James Antiques and Collectibles. You can find that at 260. I got this memorized now. 260 Main Street in Lee, Mass. Go check Chris's stuff out. Chris also has an eBay store that you can get stuff shipped right to your house from the eBay store. So definitely go. All right, I'll stick with it. I'll try this. So that was Nippertown. Give them a little love. 260 Main Street, Lee, Mass. Christopher James Antiques and Collectibles. Yeah, go see Chris. Hell of a guy. One of my really good friends, and the store's amazing. A lot of stuff up there. Got great prices. It's worth if you're going out for a drive one day, hit up Lee. Got a bunch of stuff there. Make sure you hit up Christopher James Antiques and Collectibles. You guys will not be sorry. See, now I'm concentrating on these, Dan. You got to come up here and run this shit too. I'm just like 3 thumbs. So our friend Jess, who's been on here tonight and making amazing comments, she has a Facebook page, Nora Skulls. If you're looking for crystals, minerals, custom crystal jewelry, she has it all on her page for you. Nora Skulls on Facebook, NAUTISKULLS. My nephews are in a little thing called Acoustic, COUSTIK. They are an acoustic duo. They do cover songs and they do a lot of original material. You guys can find Acoustic on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Had to read that one, guys. Sorry, I had to cheat on that one. If you guys want to book them or get more information from them, go to any of their social media platforms, and it's Acoustic, ACOUSTIK. Cody and or Kyle will help you guys out. Lola Montez, our beautiful, beautiful friend, Lola Montez. She's still on OnlyFans, Lola Montez 1821. You want to search for her there. You can also go to Suicide Girls, search Lola Montez, and she will pop right up for you. Our friend Dan over at Heavy Metal A Way of Life, that is a Facebook page. Go give them some likes, some loves. Dan's a good friend of the show. Dan helps us out, promotes us a lot. So definitely happy to throw him a plug. That's Heavy Metal A Way of Life. Go check him out over there. Oh, Nick Stamus. And I'm getting all these names right now. I'm so happy that I'm getting like names right and shit like that. Nick Stamus is giving guitar lessons. He's on Facebook at Nick Stamus. And I think Instagram as well. And you can also email him next I almost said Stamas again. Damn it. nickstamus27@gmail.com if you guys want to get in touch with him. Lefthandcreation666.com. Our friend Jim Wortman, good friend of mine, good friend of the show. This print right here of Nick Stamus, ironically, is being given away next week, guys. Listen, if you guys want in on this, make sure you message me or go on the Facebook page and like that post that I made for this. We're giving it away next week, putting all the names on a wheel, spinning the wheel. Whoever it lands on, they take the print. They get the print themselves. That print is courtesy of Left Hand Creations, 666.com. If you guys want to check out Jim's work, check out his Facebook page. It's Jim Wortman. Or go to Left Hand Creations, 666.com. Check out his work on there. If you're interested in any of his work pieces, any of his photograph pieces, you guys can message him, work out a deal with him to get prints. So that's Left Hand Creations, 666.com. That's 3 numbers, by the way, 666 numbers. And of course, last but certainly not least, guys, our good friends and people over at Chrome Food and Spirits, Darla and Dave, did the telethon. What was it? It's 2 Sundays ago. Jesus, I don't even remember now. 1 Sunday or 2 Sundays ago. Either way, I think it was 2 Sundays ago. Part 2 coming up soon. Sunday, November 22nd at 2 p.m. Tune into Chrome's page, and I'm sure it's going to be shared every place else. We're going to share it on That Fuzzin' 518 show. We're going to share it on 518 Live Concerts, and my personal page. So it'll be all over the place. We're doing like a telethon after party kind of deal where it's kind of like more relaxed. It's not as chaotic. We're going to be playing stuff that some of you may have missed. We're going to be playing some of the bonus stuff, and might have a few more surprises in store for you guys. But you're not going to want to miss it. There's content that did not get in the first telethon due to a couple of technical glitches. Me being fat fingered is one of them. But yes, make sure you guys tune in Sunday, November 22nd, 2 p.m. After party for the telethon. Part 2, if you want to call it that. Part 2 sounds good. I'll call it that too. But make sure you do that. And if you guys want to donate to, God damn it, Dan, I'm telling you, next week you're over here running this, dude. I cannot do it. I'm all thumbs. If you guys want to donate to the Chrome Telethon Fund, paypal.me/Chrome1313. It's paypal.me/Chrome, the numbers 1313. Guys, that's it for me. I'm fried. I can't operate this machinery anymore. Next week we'll probably have Dan over here and have Dan do it. Because, Dan's just like that. But guys, no, I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in every week, helping the show out. Again, remember, any donations to the show from here on, the first 5 going to get a sticker pack. Any donation that's over $100 is going to get a jumbo sticker pack, and like a whole bunch of other stuff that's laying around here. Maybe even my lime green tie. I might throw that in the box. You never know. Fuzz pins. Got a whole bunch of shit here, guys. First 5 donations get sticker packs. Any donation over $100. The first donation over $100. Let's put it that way. I don't want Myron doing pieces for everybody if they gave me like 4 donations or whatever. First donation over $100. Myron said he'll throw in he'll do a commission piece for you, which is huge, guys. That's huge. So, yeah. Listen, anything you guys throw at me, I appreciate. Of course, that's going for the tribute guitar that we're going to put up for Henry, and then, Sean's hat's going to be on it. So it'll be a tribute to the boys. It'll hang on there permanently. That will be its spot, and I will never move it from there. It'll always be on camera, always be on stream. That way we'll kind of keep their names alive, and we'll do it that way. It sounds good. But guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in every week, allowing me to have the fun that I have with you guys. I couldn't do it without you guys. So I will see you guys again next week, Friday. It will be 7 to 9, same time, same channel. So check out the YouTube page, or I'm sorry, check out the YouTube page, That Fuzzing 518 Show, youtube.com/That Fuzzing 518 Show. Guys, get over there, subscribe to YouTube if you could, please. That really helps me out with my numbers. We're also on Facebook.com/518Fuzzy. That's where you guys are probably seeing the show right now. But YouTube, guys. YouTube.com/thatfuzzing518show. Every subscription helps. Subscribe, like, and share to your friends, guys, if you wouldn't mind. I definitely appreciate that. Get them in on the fun. And I've rambled enough. Goodbye, 518. We'll see you guys next week.